Hey, so I've been asked quite a few times, how do you eat carnivore on a budget? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my one favorite meal that should fit just about any budget. Not only will it fit any budget, it should be very versatile. You probably already know what it is because, well, there's not a whole lot of things to choose from, but here we go. That's right, you guessed it, ground beef. Ground beef is my go-to food pretty much all week long. On the weekends or special occasions, I'll have steak. But steak isn't the thing that gets me through every single day. There are some YouTubers out there that say they eat ribeye steaks every single day, but that's not me. I'm a working guy, I got a family. I stick to things that are a bit more economical. I want to show you how I kind of meal prep for the whole week, and the importance of this is that throughout the week, I'll get home or I'll be sitting around the house and I'll be hungry. Or maybe I need to take something to work for lunch if I'm eating lunch that day. If I don't have something already made and sitting in the refrigerator, there's a chance that I could eat something that's not really on my diet. So I like to cook a lot at one time. So let me show you how I do that. I've seen other people make videos where they break up a 5 or a 10-pound package of ground beef and they freeze part of it or put some of it in the fridge and then cook it as they go. I prefer to get it all out of the way. The meat will stay good in the fridge for a few days and I don't need to cook more than one time. All I need to do is pop it in the microwave whenever I'm ready to eat. Another benefit of cooking this much at one time is that if I am still hungry after I get done with my 1 or 2 pounds of meat, there's still more meat. So if I'm still hungry, I can continue eating. I know my body well enough that I don't need to most often, but if I did want to, there's plenty more left. Now let me show you what I mean when I say you can eat this on a budget. Now I shop at Walmart most of the time because I just like the deals. And I'm not real picky about what quality meat or eggs it is. So when I'm shopping for my everyday food, I'm most likely gonna get it from Walmart. So let's check out the steak. This is what we're normally looking at for steaks. You can see here for a really nice cut of ribeye, it's gonna be about $18 or $19 a pound. That's not really economical. If you get into like a really big piece, a tomahawk, you can get it down to under $14. A more economical ribeye, you're looking at $14 still. Most steaks are hitting around $11, $12, $13, $14 per pound. There are some lesser known cuts of steak that aren't as expensive, looking around like $8 or $9 a pound. And it just doesn't really get all that great. So I like red meat, so I usually stick with the ground beef. Now, if you go with the really lean stuff, which I never really recommend because lean meat doesn't work very great for carnivores because we need fat for our energy, and you're looking at over $7 a pound. You can't go much cheaper if you go with a much fattier mixture of ground beef, and if you buy in bulk. And at Walmart, they do have 10-pound rolls of $73.27, and you're getting it as cheap as $2.99 a pound. Now that is pretty cheap. That I don't think I see it much cheaper anywhere else. Maybe if you go to Costco or Sam's Club, but I don't shop at those places because they're far away. So this would be where I get the cheapest meat. Now I don't normally buy this because I prefer it to be a little leaner than this. But if you're really going for trying to get the most economical, budget-friendly version of ground beef, this would probably be the way to go. You may not want to cook all 10 pounds at once, but if you got multiple people that you're feeding, or if you eat 2 pounds a day, this will last you a whole week. This is normally what I do. I normally buy a 5-pound ground beef in the 80/20. It's $4.33. Now, if I eat 2 pounds in a day, that's about $8 to $9 for a whole day's worth of eating. As opposed to back when we were looking at the steaks, this ribeye, it's only coming in about 1 pound. So you're gonna have 2 of these. Again, you're hitting $30. So this 80/20 ground beef chuck in the tube, I think it's reasonable. I think it's pretty good budget, and you can do all sorts of things. Now there are definitely cheaper foods out there. You can start getting into chicken and pork chops, but I just wanted to cover this one that is my go-to that keeps a carnivore diet a reasonable price for myself. And if you've been eating carnivore for any length of time, I'd love to hear about your budget-friendly carnivore foods that you have in your daily diet. And I'd hate to be hypocritical and say that I eat pork chops all the time or that I eat chicken thighs, but I don't. I really stick to red meat pretty much all the time, except for I eat bacon a couple times a week and pork belly occasionally. Every other meal is pretty much just red meat. But one thing I think is a misconception for people that haven't started the carnivore diet yet is that they think they're still eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks and food all the day long. I think you'd find it pretty surprising that you don't eat as often as you think you would. And I talk about that in this video right here. If you're liking this content so far, I'd love for you to subscribe. Take care.